Action. And we are live. Y'all already know it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan. And y'all see it, man. Look, we got the jersey over, but y'all see, man, look, it's a video. Y'all saw the title. I'm going to cut right to the chase. First off, I got to give a big congratulations to the Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers, who won. They forced game 7. Well, technically the game or the series got forced to game 7 by Edmonton, but it didn't matter because at the end of the day, Florida still wrapped it at home. Everybody, look, I live in South Florida, right? And I'm a Boston Bruins fan through and through. Always in the heart, gotta bleed Boston. But when I moved here in 2019, right, I moved from Orlando, and in Orlando, I didn't know about the Panthers until my senior year, where I saw this logo, the Panther, the actual, like, old Panther. I saw it on a red hoodie, and I bought it from one of my best friends because I was like, yo, that logo's fire, and I saw the NHL tag, and I was like, that's when I found out who the Panthers were. But I was like, it's Miami, and I don't really rock with them. Cool. Because, of course, I'm a Boston Bruins fan, and at that time, they were buns. Nobody was a Panthers fan. Nobody even knew about the Panthers. In Orlando, I would ask around, yo, you know about the Panthers? No. Everybody knew about the Lightning. Like, if they knew. Barely people knew about NHL, in a sense. So it's like, regardless, I was shooed either way, right? So I moved down here 2019, and fun fact, the first big monument that I saw when I drove from Tennessee, which is where I moved to straight after high school, was the BB&T Center, which was the which was the old name for the Amerit Bank Arena. And I just never forget seeing that, and I was like, oh my God, like, I'm in South Florida, I'm in Miami, like, this is real, like, I'm actually living here for real. And I just remember going to games. I actually got interviewed for jobs with the Panthers, and I've always had just love for the Panthers since I moved here, just watching them, because they reminded me of the Magic. Funny enough, they did remind me a lot of the Magic because they're the team that was really bad, and nobody even here in the own state of Florida, you know what I'm saying? We know about the Marlins in Orlando, but nobody watched hockey, nobody knew about hockey. And guess what? All of a sudden, when I moved here, right, I started watching, and we started getting good. And I was like, yo, like, low key, like, I love Boston through and through, but I live here now, so I kind of have an excuse that I can root for them. You know what I'm saying? And I'm a Boston fan because in Orlando we didn't have anybody. My dad's from Connecticut. He put me on to Boston teams. I just rode with him my entire life. So regardless of me never living there, I was Boston through and through, except the Magic, because of course that's the only Orlando team we have. So at the end of the day, I was always like indecisive of rooting for the Panthers until I went to their games. And I went to a couple of their games. I got interviewed, I got free tickets, and every single time that I've gone to their game and I've seen them lose, the first 2 games that I went to, they lost. And I remember I'm like, I'm just bad luck. And all of a sudden, I went to a W. When I tell you, that place was electric. When I tell you electric, it was one of the craziest environments I've ever seen in my life. And the reason why I think at that moment I got so captivated was I was just in awe of the atmosphere being like soccer. It reminded me of Orlando City games. For those who don't know, our MLS team that came around in like 2012 into the MLS. But Orlando City games are my favorite crowd ever. And these Florida Panther games gave it a run for its money. And honestly, just the environment, just the, like, to say even now that there's a player that couldn't, I think, for medical reasons, play, and the fact that in the national anthem everyone goes night, like bro, and then red, like it's scary loud in there. I remember the first time I was ever there, I was standing there, I'm just red, and I jumped from how scary loud it was in there. It was deafening to say the least, but it was such an environment. And then when they won, just experiencing that. And I've never been to a Boston Bruins game in Boston. I have here, which the Bruins won. And of course, I went in my Bruins jersey. And to this day, regardless of me having this jersey on, through and through, I'm always going to be Boston Bruins. But living here, it's like the Celtics in basketball. I'm Magic till I die, but I have love for the Celtics same way. I have love for the Panthers, so I can wear this jersey. I can wear Panthers merch the same way I could wear Bruins merch. And I live here, so and seeing them grow, I just really hope the Magic, you guys are on the clock. And I know this isn't a hockey channel, this is a Magic channel, but the reason why I made this video, the reason why I wanted to bring this up was, yes, to congratulate this wonderful team of Florida, and me being a kid from Florida, somebody who was born in Florida and just reps 407, Orlando, Florida in general. It's like an insane feeling to say that a hockey team in South Florida and Miami, where it's extremely hot, where we can't wear these outside. You know what I'm saying? I'm sweating in my room right now. I have the AC off because if not, the mic's gonna sound different. And I'm sweating. You know what I'm saying? Like that's how it is down here. And we don't really, again, we didn't appreciate hockey before. But all of a sudden, this team, and all credit again to the Tampa Bay Lightning as well, just Florida hockey coming together and winning championship after championship. Back to backs for Tampa, now Florida getting ours. I went to, funny enough, to give you a quick story, I went game 4, I was, when the Panthers were up 3-0, I was in New York. And I was like, I'm not going to lie, I really hope they lose game 4. Because I just want to be there when they win, because I've never experienced the championship. Even if it was the Heat, I would have gone to a bar and experienced it. Just experience the fans. And of course, at that moment, I'm not wearing no Heat jersey. I'm not a Heat fan. I'm not a Dolphins fan. The only Miami teams that I will support, I'm not wearing no Hurricanes jersey, but I'll give them a dap. I might wear a U hat because I love the logo. I love the school, but FSU through and through. Marlins, I love them because I worked there. My grandpa's a Marlins fan, and I was just Boston when I grew up. But I will always have love for the Marlins. My first baseball game was a Marlins game. So never in my life will I ever talk bad about the Marlins. And then in football, we're not even going to talk about that. I will never wear a Dolphins jersey. We're not going to talk about that. Like, I'm a Patriots fan through and through. We never, ever. Oof. So that's why I think this championship means more to me, because it's the one team that I root for in South Florida, the one home team that we have. And honestly, if I was in Orlando and they told me about the Florida Panthers, I would have low-key rooted for us if I knew like our name were the Florida Panthers at a young age. But I got put on to only the rare teams. I knew the Kings, I knew the Boston Bruins, and I think the Canadians. Only because of the big like C. I didn't know any of these other teams because in Orlando they don't teach you that. They don't teach you NHL. But now with these dubs, with these Stanley Cups, we're bringing awareness. Now, again, to tie it into what we're all here for, right? If we win a championship as a team, which we're on the clock because the Panthers never won, everyone said they weren't going to do it, and guess what? They did. So everyone says the Magic can't do it. Everyone says the Magic are never going to do it. And we know we're going to do it. We know we're on the cusp of doing it. And now the time's ticking because the Panthers have now put a spotlight on the Rays, the Jags, the Magic, and we have a future, and our future is extremely bright. Extremely bright. So, I just wanted to make this video to congratulate the Panthers, to tell the Magic we're on the clock, but really just solidify that, like, I cannot wait for the Magic to be in this moment. This Stanley Cup, where is it? Right here. This Stanley Cup thing that you see right here is like a plastic poster, right? And I was in the mosh pit outside of the stadium as soon as the game ended. I was in a restaurant or bar, which I saw game 5, 6, and 7. 5 and 6 at the same bar, Yard House. And imagine, it was an L, but it was insane L's, both of them. So the vibes were immaculate. And I said, you know what, game 7, we're going to go to the same spot. We're going to ride it out because it was right. It's walking distance from the stadium. I walked to the stadium when we win because I knew it was going to be an insane vibe. Mosh pits everywhere. It's like an insane feeling. Cars are beeping. The police are like, hey, congrats. Man, we get everything saying like congrats, Stanley Cups, champs, right? Everything. All the signs, all the billboards. It's an insane feeling. I'm walking with my boy to the arena. We're seeing a whole bunch of Edmonton fans pass. Drunk Florida fans are like, get to Canada. How much was the flight? Like a whole bunch of craziness. I was like, I'm not going to do that. I'm respectful. Plus, it's okay. We always have to take our dubs with a high hat. We will never, ever rub it in somebody's face, especially a team like that, which deserve one the same way we do, and they almost won. So how can we really talk? You know what I'm saying? So I was just laughing because I'm like, well, we won, so we definitely have the right to talk, and they can't really say anything. They're just going to walk. Some people got mad. Hey, I just kept walking, right? Cool. So we get there, and it's just a mosh pit. It's a crazy environment. They're playing Kodak, and all of a sudden, I look at the bottom of the mosh pit, and I see that sign. I'm like, it's just on the floor. Like, first, I'm not going to lie to you, I saw the Stanley Cup. And I was like, yo, what is that? Whatever it is, I'm rocking with it, right? Because I'm somebody who collects. Like, you see what's on my wall. Like, I love it for the channel. I love things like that, like little knickknacks, little, for example, like a sticker. Like, if they were to give me this, right? Like, it was a ticket from the Stanley Cup, I would freak out. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh my God. Like, especially because it meant a lot to me being there, being in the stadium. So I just said, wow. I see the trophy, right? And a whole bunch of people are dancing, walking around. And I'm like, okay, as soon as they move, because I'm looking around to see if anybody's noticing it. I see one dude kind of looking at it and like he notices it. And I'm like, I got to move fast. I go right to it. And as I walk closer, I'm like, I just thought it has to be like a ticket or something. Keep in mind, the Stanley Cup had just finished. The Game 7 Stanley Cup Finals had just finished less than 45 minutes from that moment, right? So, I'm outside the stadium. I'm waiting for it. And I'm waiting for all these fans. We're waiting for the vibe. I see it. And then I see the cup. So, I'm like, I know it's something of the trophy, of the merch. I see the Panthers logo next to it, and I'm just in shock because I keep in mind it was so many people. Even though that, yes, that's a huge. Keep in mind that's like it's huge. Keep in mind there's so many people there that I don't see the entire poster at first, so I just see the trophy, right? I saw literally the bowl. Then I just see the whole logo, and I see the Florida Panthers logo, and I flip out because I'm like, that's Stanley Cup Champions merch, and it just came out less than 30 minutes ago, 45 minutes ago. There's no way they don't sell that until the game hits 0. So it doesn't matter. Even if you're in the stadium waiting, you have to wait for that thing to say 0-0 on the clock, which means less than 45 minutes before that moment, somebody was in front of the cash register buying it. And that's at 45 at the exact moment of puck being over, game being over, whatever you call it in hockey, right? I'm in shock because I just can't believe. And as I get closer, I see how beautiful it is. On this top corner, it says like, what does it say? Stanley Cup 2024 Stanley Cup champions. And then on the bottom it says 2024 Stanley Cup champions again. And I just remember seeing it, and I was with my boy, and he saw me. He's like, "How did you get that?" And I was like, "I just found it. Let's go." I couldn't believe that it had to be one of the first pieces of merch sold in that stadium of Stanley Cup champions. Like, it had to be, because there was half a stadium still inside the stadium seeing the trophy presentation. The trophy presentation wasn't over. I started walking to the stadium when Bobby lifted up that trophy. I said, I seen everything I needed to see, because that's my boy. So I was like, you know what? Once I see Bobby lift it up, I'm good. Bobby, he went like this. I was like, all right, we out. I walked. We almost ran. Literally got there all soaked. It didn't matter because it was a vibe. So it was just an insane feeling, and the fact I got it for free. On the back, it still had the like price tag. Whoever out there, if you ever end up seeing this video one day, I'm really sorry. But oh man, what a moment. You really gave me an unforgettable memory. So just know that it was a memory worth way more than $15, because that's a story I'll tell for the rest of my life. It had to be one of the first pieces of merch sold of Stanley Cup champion Florida Panthers in history. Like, that's what they've never won a Stanley Cup championship. It's game 7. The game is 2-1, which means at any moment it can be tied. And the game goes into overtime and you're done. You lose. So that means they had to have had the Oilers champions stocked up just as they had this. You can't tell me that even in the away arena they had to have had Oilers merch. There's no way. There's no way they're going to lose that opportunity even away. Right? Cool. You mean to tell me that I just got the rare commodity of getting the real life one, where the Oilers version of this is somewhere in a box being sent out to somewhere else or burned, who knows, but it will never see the light of day, right? And it's in my possession. I got it for free. I got it in a mosh pit at the arena, enjoying what was, after I witnessed a game 5, game 6 collapse. Everyone's doubting Florida. Everyone's saying it's over. We score. They tie it up. Everyone's saying it's over. And guess what? We got it and we won the cup. All 6 of us, right? And even if I'm a Boston Bruins fan, in hockey, I just became a hockey fan. So it really doesn't mean anything to me to say what I'm about to say. I'm 50% Bruins, 50% Panthers. I don't think I'm going to put one, because since I lived here, since I experienced this parade, or I'm going to experience this parade on Sunday, since I've experienced this championship, I went to the restaurant here, I did everything. I genuinely have a lot of love for this team, and I'll never forget this team. This team means a lot to me, just the Florida Panthers, because it gives me motivation as a Magic fan to think, wow, this can be us. The fact that, and I just love that it was perfect for the videos, because look, that's literally my roof. Like, it is the perfect, like, I just couldn't believe that I got it, and I couldn't believe that I found it for free, seeing everybody step over it, and it had to be one of the first pieces of merch ever sold. But, and nobody, keep in mind, nobody really had merch. If I mean, you could ask my boy, man. Shout out my boy Sip. He was there with me, man. He went, bro. Nobody had merch. Nobody was outside of the stadium who was in the stadium yet. Everyone there was just people who were lit. Young people who I knew, who were just like me, who went to the bars across the street at Sawgrass Mills, saw the game from the stadium on the outside. I'm telling you, you could tell who went to the game and who didn't, and we were all people who didn't go to that game, and we were lit. And when I tell you, just having somebody who had to have gone to that game, because there's no way, where are they gonna get it? They don't sell that at Sawgrass Mills. You know what I'm saying? They don't. There's no. At the moment that it drops, they don't do it. The only place you would be able to get that, the moment, less than 45 minutes from the game ending, would be at that stadium. And the fact that I got it was absolutely insane. I'll never forget it. And I think that honestly is a big reason why I have this 50-50 now like feeling with the Panthers and the Bruins, because, and keep in mind, I'll always go for Bruins first though. I'm not gonna go with, well, I don't know, because I'm from Florida and I live here, so I might end up just swapping it and just saying, hey, we're tied at championships I've seen in life. I've learned my history. Who knows? All it's really all gonna depend the parade. It really is all gonna depend the parade. But we're gonna see. I'm scared. I'm honestly scared because this team is fire. But regardless, it'll be like the Celtics with basketball, where I'll have the Bruins at a very very close second, but gotta have the Florida team number one. But that's because I just got into hockey. You know, you gotta excuse me. You gotta excuse me. And I went to the game, so it's not like I'm a bandwagon. But in this jersey, it's a number 5, but it's blank on the back because I'm an OG and I wanted the classic with an exclusive. Like I wanted something ain't nobody have. You know, nobody have a number with a blank on the back. But regardless, this is a long video. I know we've talked about a lot of things that have not been Magic basketball, but you know what is the off season? And a Florida team won the championship that wasn't the Magic, and we gotta give respects and we gotta show some love to them. And you know what? Even though it's South Florida, it's the one team I could root for since I live here, and I have that story, man. Just getting that poster was an insane experience. Like, just had to be one of the first pieces. I'll rep it to the day I die. Had to be one of the first pieces sold. That's one of the questions I'll ask if I die. Like, yo, God, who lost it? How did they lose it? Where did they get it? When did they get it? Like, I would want to figure all that out. Just see the trail of how they come out the box to, because man, they don't sell out until 0-0, and I was there less than 45 minutes after that final whistle blew from the ref. We were standing outside that stadium. Insane feeling, insane vibe. Shout out to the Panthers. The parade's gonna be lit on Sunday. I'm literally gonna have the same outfit. I'm gonna wear their jersey, even though it's gonna be at the beach. So I don't really know. I might have it tucked away in case, I don't know. I don't know what I'm going to do because it's going to be extremely hot. So I might just wear a regular t-shirt because it's going to be at the beach too. So I know there's going to be wind, but we're going to be vibing, man. Shout out to this Panthers team, and I really hope the Magic are the next team in Florida to win a ring, and I pray we do it soon. So that way, I mean, although yes, I would love one of those like father-son moments watching a championship. I don't care, man. Or father-daughter moment, because honestly, like, family, regardless. Because if I watch with my grandma, I'll probably cry. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, I'm crying regardless. But, you know, it'll mean a lot if I watch with my grandma. But I'm telling you right now, I just want to see us win. I just want to see us win. Seeing this, like, seeing how much this Panthers team means to South Florida, and how it's a team who, just like the Magic, were ridiculed, and a lot of people were like, why are you a Panthers fan? You don't belong here. The state is blue, when in fact it's actually red. In hockey and basketball, that statement is completely true. Blue over red. But in hockey, Florida is red. So just experiencing the vibe, planning out the parade with my friends, planning out where I'm gonna be at, all the HENN a C we're gonna have, because it's gonna be phenomenal. But they don't sponsor me, so once they sponsor me, I'll say the name correctly. But it's gonna be phenomenal. It's gonna be an insane vibe, and yeah, I'm just extremely hyped. I ramble on because first off, it's my channel. First off, I'm trying to give y'all as much content as possible, and honestly, I'm just excited. It's the first champion. I went to the Buccaneers championship parade when they had their championship parade, and I saw Tom Brady for the first time. So technically, I went to a championship parade, but it was during COVID. Everyone was spread out. It was a boat parade. It wasn't really the same as what we're about to experience on Sunday. So I definitely claim Sunday as my first ever parade, and the fact that it's the Stanley Cup is insane. I really just want to see the trophy. Honestly, if I'm being completely honest with you, I just want to see it in real life. Like, just see the trophy. Oh man, like once that, whoever has it, because I really don't even, Again, I'm an extreme casual because I know Boston Bruin players' names and I know very few Panther players' names, but I could barely know their faces. So I'm a super casual. I'm there for the trophy. I want to see the trophy, and I just want to celebrate this team and see as many players as possible and learn. I want to see Bobby. I want to see Chuck, and I want to see that trophy. I want to see that trophy. Reinhardt as well. Um, I just want to see that trophy. That trophy, man, means everything. Especially since that's the first thing I saw in this, and it'll mean everything. And just seeing that trophy, I remember this team, in this era of time, which is like my college years, living in Miami, having my grandma be healthy, my dog, like everything in life is amazing right now. And just like the famous saying, "This too shall pass." So the good, the bad. So I'm enjoying it as it comes, and we're just hyped. Thank you for coming to the channel. Orlando Magic, you are on the clock. I'm sorry that this isn't a Magic full video. I know a lot of people are going to be... Uh, I'm the type of person, I support a lot of teams. I support a lot of places because I know a lot of people. I have ties in a lot of places. So y'all might see me do random stuff. I'm on the verge of making my network, which is going to be just network. And I'm going to have my different channels with basketball, football, soccer, baseball, all on YouTube. Right now it's on TikTok, so you can go find me on there. But I'm gonna transfer it all to YouTube eventually. Eventually, honestly, it's just a lot. It's just a lot. Like right now, recording a 25-minute video without even trying to edit it. You know what I'm saying? Not even making thumbnails yet. Coming home from work, it's already 8:30. Gotta eat, take a shower, go to sleep, get up early tomorrow. It's Friday. You know what I'm saying? Get ready. Saturday, do my thing. Like it's a lot that I have planned, and I know it's just excuses, but we're on the verge. I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you, I'm posting this. We're on the verge. We're working hard and we're getting better and better. You know what I'm saying? And I promise to y'all, eventually these channels will happen. We will have our network up and booming. But for right now, my main focus is this channel with my beautiful Magic team in the back because that's my goal. I would eventually love to just work for that blue and white logo for the rest of my life, honestly. Um, but nothing would be a dream more than mine of having it to myself in terms of my network, this channel, and being able to rep the blue and white, invited to the game, so on and so forth. But have this channel be my income, be my show, be my baby, because that's really what it is. That's really what it is. Seeing it grow. Shout out to I have for over 50 subscribers, and I barely even send this to people. I barely even I don't do that. These are all natural, so I really appreciate y'all and people watching. If you do, please like it, subscribe, turn on the bell for notifications of when I drop. The content is gonna get better and better, unique. It's in the off season too. It's not like we're in the middle of the Magic season. It's in the off season. The NBA draft happened. We are gonna talk about that in a later video, but just enjoying the vibe. Had to show off the new jersey that I got, man. Of course, had to rep the squad, had to have Panthers merch for the parade to enjoy this wonderful team, wonderful memory that I'm going to have for the rest of my life of seeing this team win their first championship and really, truly, honestly just embracing becoming a Panthers fan and just enjoying this team. You know what I'm saying? Love hockey, enjoying the sport, learning more about the sport, about players, and just having a vibe, man. But y'all already know, it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan. I'm so sorry that I've yapped so much, but that's what it be, man. Y'all already know I'm a champion yapper. But just like they're Stanley Cup champions, y'all already know the parade. I am extremely excited for it. I have nothing but hypeness and I want it to be Friday, which is tomorrow, 6 o'clock, where I clock out from work. So that way I'm just on lit mode. Saturday, do my thing, vibe out, because Sunday we are lit. But until then, I might do another video. I'm going to try to do it before, post it, talking about the draft. But if not, next week we are on it. Magic off season, what we doing? We are again on the clock. Hold on. Dame Lillard not here. We not Milwaukee. Magic, y'all on the clock. But like always, again, it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan. I love y'all. Thank y'all for coming to the channel. And I mean it. with sincerity. We're gonna get better. We're working hard, just posting as many videos for y'all, genuine content, to just have the catalog and just look back at this 10 years from now and be like, wow, you remember those moments. You know what I'm saying? But y'all already know. It's it for the third. This is like the third video in a row, or the fourth. I used to tell myself, nah, bro, I'm not gonna do it, and now I do it almost every video where I say it multiple times, and this is gonna be the third time. But I swear it's the last. But I just like ending it on this. Y'all already know it's your man Hollywood, just an Orlando Magic fan, and that's a wrap.